Vicky has to sing it.
Hey.
Say it, Vicky. Funds.
I'm not saying it.
Funds. There's active, malicious spreading of lies. The Crown will be handling the issue. Conspire with Justify HD and present me as a child predator. I interacted with a 14-year-old dancer. I took money from the campaign to pay for them, that I abuse animals.
Like Mike and Edwin like Mike.
In fact, you are gleefully graining your hands like some sort of Machiavellian supervillain at the idea that you may be able to run a defamation campaign on me.
Like Mike and Edwin like Mike.
So I should be a piece of shit that lies on the ground and just repeatedly gets kicked and is silent about it. I'm a victim. Themes and sin. Yeah, read it again. I know you're big brain. Yeah. No, you pretend. You haven't even fucking idiot. You haven't even
The chat wants you to. You gotta sing it.
I'm not singing.
Saved by a woman.
Just say
Women
funds.
don't want to be saved by women. Who wants to be saved by a woman? Women don't even want to be saved.
Vicky, you're no fun.
I know. I'm fuddy duddy.
Like Mike and Edwin like Mike.
But I know who you are. You are a piece of human trash. Go fucking go.
Like Mike and Edwin like Mike.
DM.
So, why did you give Mike permission to draw your Bigfoot Bill in his newest Monster Hunt comics?
I love helping Mike out as a fellow Christian. I've told him, burn every bridge you got, and if everything goes wrong, just fall back on your video game money. I mean, it's a simple plan that I've stuck to, and I don't know why he won't do it.
Yes.
What the hell? That's just weird.
Yes.
You're the last person I want to talk about this movie with.
Oh, why? Because you don't want to get in your pajamas with me, Nasser?
That's sick.
Yes.
Mike, dance with your wife some more. Why you're like to me? You're like that clown with the red rooster, Mitch pencil neck Breitweiser. Why did he get a pretty wife? Why did you get a pretty wife? Where's my pretty wife?
And I go in there, and Mike is sitting there, leaned back in his chair with sunglasses on, and he goes, "You're in quite a pickle, aren't you, Ethan?"
Do that laugh again.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, it was something else. He's like, "You're in quite the pickle, aren't you, Ethan?"
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No, don't do that.
Oh, yes.
Liam Gray says, Doug, do you denounce Nasser?
No, there's no need to. Nasser does it himself every day.
No, folks, we're going to have a Saturday night slumber party massacre with Nasser. Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yes, it's going to be a massacre with Nasser. Saturday night slumber party.
Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now.
Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now. Vicky, that makes me laugh every time. Doesn't it make you laugh?
It really does make me laugh. Yeah. I actually play it the whole thing every once in a while, just so I can sit. And you know, he did a stream a couple of nights ago after watching some documentary about autistic people falling in love. And he came to the conclusion that the problem isn't Liam. It's wait. It isn't that the problem's not Liam. It is that the rest of us are all autists and suffer from autism. The rest of us are retards, but Liam is okay. It was amazing. I sat there listening to it going, oh, you know, I never thought about what I'm saying when I use the word spurg. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, it was crazy. It was really freaking nuts. It was absolutely insane.
Oh my god!
If you haven't checked it out, I think it's still up. If it's not, let me know and I'll hook you up.
If you have a timestamp, maybe we could look.
Oh
at
no,
it later
it's
if we
the
have time.
no, the whole thing.
Oh,
Like,
the
it's
whole thing.
It was a whole like 2 hours of how the rest of us are all autistic, and and then there was that kid when he was, a scout leader who used to lash out and acted really weird, and now he sees him and he's got a caregiver, and he's like suddenly realized that this kid is autistic. Right now that the kid is a grown adult. Oh, he must be autistic. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, the first kid I ever knew that had autism was my friend's girlfriend's kid. And he literally had to wear a helmet indoors because he would just walk up to the walls and start banging his head into them. He was just this little kid. He got so, everything like that sensory overload just freaked him out so bad that he would try to hurt himself over it.
Oh,
but
I thought
the
you just
rest
meant he was clumsy. He would just keep
no,
bumping into
I
walls
mean
when he
like
wore a helmet. That's what I was
literally,
envisioning.
because
That's why I laughed.
because that's what the autism is, right? It's
Yeah.
a complete sensory overload. Your brain doesn't know how to handle all the impulses and all of the everything coming in at it, so it kind of it just doesn't process it. And he'd get so freaked he'd just like bang his head against the wall, so he had to wear like a bicycle helmet all the time. But yeah, no, it's Liam. It's not the rest of us.
Right.
Well, I'm sure there are a few, testify.
Right. They those two belong together.
Actually, he just falls more into the retard category, doesn't he?
Right.
I mean, really.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I shouldn't even address you as Vicky anymore. I should call you Mr., Mrs., Miss Woo. I don't know.
Yes. Yes, I am Miss Woo. I am sitting here. Oh God. Just
little does he know Mr. Woo is actually that other girl.
I am the one behind Super Asia Fun Toys, in case you didn't all know. It came as a surprise to me when I found out today. But
Wait, so you gave my address to Soy Rage? I mean, anyway.
Yeah, the other way around. Yeah.
Let me address that the chat here. So welcome everybody. Afterlife with Nasser 115 episodes already. That went fast. Edwin Boyette attacks my business. Malin Militia. We got 25 people in here, guys. Hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down, whichever one you want, and share out the link to the stream, please. And let me check in with the chat. Starting off with Shilling, you could buy my books on Amazon at that link. You can get some Creepster shirts right here on the Teespring. You can back my Patreon there. Vicky backs it at the highest tier. Thank you, Vicky. No, you don't. I don't know what I'm thinking.
I don't.
You guys could get the Cyberfrog toys at that link. You could get Godlike there. And this is Vicky's campaign. I backed it yesterday. Super Asia Fun Toy. You know it's hers because she modeled the socks.
Yes.
Vicky, will you model the socks on the stream?
No, you can hunt down the picture.
I'm not gonna hunt it down. There's 40,000 other feet pictures from you on Twitter, not in my DMs. Vicky doesn't send me any of those, but it's gonna take a while to scroll through them. Mr. Von Stugel says, "You will not tell a fudge." Tube Sock says, "I feel like the mic picture needs a pickle near his mouth next time, man." Gable says, "You better remove all my personal information, Nasser. I'm going to call your mother." 2064 says funds, and then he says fudge.
Fudge, exactly. I'll see if I can find the picture and I'll share it with you.
A fudge?
No, the socks.
I know.
It was a ways ago. I haven't posted any of those pics in a long time. So
good. I mean, that's unfortunate.
I know. Some people are very relieved. But the weather got really weird and like rainy in the afternoon, so it's not like I could just go outside and take a picture.
You kind of went a little robo there. I think you're back now. Was I going robo too, or
no? I think it's just me. For some reason, I'm having some issues today.
Gotcha. I had some issues too. I was on my way home from work, and my sister texted me like, "Hey, the power is out." And then we just got the power back. Like when I set up this stream, as soon as the power was back, I rushed down to my computer and I made the thumbnail. Helmut or Helmut says Edwin Boyette or How I Killed the Republican Party of Hawaii with a few tweets. Comic book boxes. I like
one. It was even better than a few. It was only one.
one. Comic book boxes. I like fudge, especially my mom's fudge, not so much my sister's fudge. Then he says fudge. Okay. Everybody's saying funds. Everybody's excited to see Vicky here. Earth Mind says, be a manly man and unblock me, Methwin. You guys could sub to Vicky at that link. I also just put it in the description. Amatran says, what does Vicky look like before I sub? Are we going to get a face reveal, Vicky?
There is a picture of me from when I was really young, probably about 30 years ago, floating around on my Twitter timeline somewhere.
30 years ago. So a baby picture. We can't tell what you look like now, Vicky.
I look pretty much like I did. I look almost like I did in high school, just slightly older.
The only time I've seen you was like, I don't know, a couple months ago when you did a stream.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button and now I saw my forehead. I have a really high forehead. I used to have a widow's peak. Now I no longer. It was just a high forehead. Yeah. So Testify seems to think that trying to make, and there are like all these people making fun of my, like, I don't know about it. I hit 52 next week. Like, I don't already know I have a high forehead. Yeah.
You're 52?
I will be 52 next week. I'm an old broad. Yeah.
I always kind of thought you were 30.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know why. I've always been fairly open about my age, but yeah.
I never heard you say your age, and you sound young. Like, I don't know. Lorenzo says, Mike is blocking me for some odd reason. He's got me blocked too for absolutely no reason. Only 64 says, do that laugh again. JV says, I want a Mike Miller fortune telling machine. Sorry if I missed a few chats, guys. I got to skip some because the chat is going really fast, and I actually want to get into some of this stuff. But let me read a few more. We got Twitless in the chat. He says, I mean, is he wrong? Wait, about what now? You kind of got me confused. JV says, Australia killed dogs at a shelter to stop COVID. No one that watches Liam was surprised. Well, Liam could have saved them all. He could have brought them to his shed, his cuck shed. I mean, he cured parvo. I mean, think of what he could have done for those dogs with COVID. What do you think about that, Vicky? You think Liam could cure COVID?
Probably.
I think so too. We got a stupendous 989 in the chat. He says, everyone, breaking news, Testifying his #1 simp Prime have just outed Vicky as the mastermind behind Super Asia Fun. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. I don't know to call her Mr. Wu, Mrs., or just Miss.
Ms. M.S. Ms. I am a product of the 70s. You must call me Ms. Yes.
Okay, Ms. Okay, Ms. Wu. Twitless said, you read my book yet? Actually, no, I haven't, but maybe I will. Maybe I will this week. I actually meant to, but not to make. I know everybody has this excuse, but this excuse is genuine. I've got more stuff than I have space for. Like, I have 6 bookshelves and they're all overflowing. I need at least 3 more to store everything properly, and it's under a stack of some other comics. To be honest with you, man, I just kind of lose track of things. But I'll get to it soon. Well Hung and Dunk says, one of your Nazi mods blocked my comment about you being fat. I don't know. I don't see anything blocked, but nobody delete comments unless it's like spam or something. But Smeeg Peak says, can you please ask Vicky how she convinced me to leave well spread anuses review show? What is that supposed to mean?
Boob pics and a free membership to my OnlyFans.
Okay, then. Oh, okay. So Vicky just shared a link with me. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to take a look at this real quick before we actually get into the Edwin stuff. Here it is. The Super Asia Fun Toy Comic Skate socks here on Vicky's feet.
They are pretty freaking awesome socks.
I'm putting the link right here in the chat. So if you guys want to get these, they've got Vicky's complete and total endorsement. Well, I mean, they should. I mean, she created it. Loretta Silvermer, you read this. I can't read this.
That makes the feet pick even hotter. Those feet got a lot of miles on them. And I walk everywhere too. I don't.
Wait, what are you? This is you in the chat. What are you saying here? You doxed me last show where Soy Rage he trained you to sell toy huger profit. What are you, Vicky? Just talk English. We know it's you.
I'm sorry. I've been working on my, I've been working on my pigeon, and I apologize.
J0074 says Vicky has an OnlyFans.
No, I do not. It's just a joke.
Yeah. Guy from Red Bank says the stream is getting scary again. All right. So we got 35 people in here, guys. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down. Whichever one you want. Share out the link, please. Send super chats, of course, because my business might need it after Edwin's done with it. But let me take you guys over to the Kiwi Farms. And I made this post this morning. So I did a stream yesterday. I'd imagine a lot of you probably caught it. It was called Smiller World. It's intervention number 4 for Smiller. I've done 3 other interventions. Surprisingly, they've never worked. I don't know why that is, Vicky, but I've been trying to win Mike over, win him back to CG. And well, the 4th intervention wasn't so much an intervention as it was just a roast. I'm not sure. I did catch a little bit. I'm not sure it's going to work. Yeah, well, this time I wasn't even trying to win him back. I was just like, you know what? Let's just have a laugh. Super Asia Fun Toy was ending, and you messaged me like, hey, can you close it out? And I was like, okay, Vicky, I'll fire up a stream for us. And you're like, well, I can't make it. I can't be on it. I'm like, Vicky, but it's your campaign because you're Mr. Wu. And
Ms. Wu. Don't misgender, Nasser.
Oh, yeah, Ms. Wu. And you were like, hey, I know you have another stream at 7:30 and you just got home from work, but please fire up a stream. I was like, fine, Vicky, whatever, even though you won't be there. So I needed something more than just show closeout stream. So I was like, you know what, we could just laugh at Mike, because there were some Discord messages, which I'm not going to pull them up and rehash them because you guys could just watch the stream. But Mike was seething because Aaron Presti made more than Lone Star issue 3 in like less than 24 hours, and Mike was like, no, I'm actually happy for him, but you could tell he was seething. So there were those messages. There were a few of them from Discord, and Rupin here, one of the best farmers, he posted them, and everyone had a laugh on the farm. So I did this stream, Smiller World Intervention 4.
Do we know did those come from Miller's Discord, or do they come from Edwin's Discord?
From Smiller's Discord.
Yeah.
And as you can see here also, I put Mike over this guy emptying his pockets. He's got no money in him. But so I posted this on the farms explaining that, and then I said, Edwin shows up in the chat and asks for a cancellation of his order for Secret Comics Presents. At first I thought he meant refund, but he says don't refund it. Well, what kind of voice do I want to do for Edwin? Don't refund it. I'll just do the typical one. Don't refund it. Just don't give me the book. So I said, I invited him on the stream to discuss his Kiwi Farms posts, but he never said anything. So I assumed he stopped watching the stream. And then today I got a message from him harassing me through Indiegogo. And he says, take down today's video. By the way, this came in the middle of the night. It was super creepy. But he says, take down today's video or edit out any part referencing me. After asking for a cancellation, not a refund, you proceeded to show my posts on your YouTube channel. You've now violated Indiegogo's consumer privacy requirements. Unless you edit or remove the video, I intend to file a complaint and request for arbitration with Indiegogo. This is a private conversation bound by the same terms that govern Indiegogo. Vicky, do you understand a single word of this?
I do, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yes, what it means is Edwin has gone completely and totally insane. Now, let's be real here, Edwin. You came into a chat on a live stream, called out, right? Because it an email, a message? No, it was in your chat. So you come into the chat of a live stream, you broadcast your backer number, and you demand a cancel. You demand him not send your book. You don't want your money back. You just don't want the book. Okay, fine. Why didn't you do that through Indiegogo? Because Nasser never would have said a damn word. But no. You put it in a public chat on a public forum on Nasser's live stream. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then he's like, no, you need to edit me out of your live stream. Why?
Right.
So I mean, he didn't have to drop into the chat and start making demands. He did it. He did it to make this particular demand.
So he's
He
talking
did.
about his posts, right? So I assume he means the ones from Kiwi Farms. Why is this guy going on Kiwi Farms, something anybody in the world could find, and then posting stuff he doesn't want people to talk about later
Kiwi
on
Farms
YouTube?
is also a public forum. Anything that's posted there can be shared with impunity. I mean, it's
Right.
not it's not a private Discord. You weren't sharing your own. You weren't sharing private information that you hadn't gone in there and screenshotted
Right.
it. Someone else did. It was there. It was already public information. Kiwi Farms is public. You didn't
Right.
share any financial information or anything along those lines. So it's not a violation of the terms of service because I double checked it. And
Right. All he had to do was just message me on Indiegogo and just say, hey, just don't bother sending the book. But what he did was he came into the chat, he cried because I was talking about Mike, and then he said something like, why are you making videos about your enemies 2 years later? Aren't you tired of it? And then I was like, I think I'd already read his posts on Kiwi Farms, and I was like, but didn't you just make all these posts about CG? Like, why don't you move on after 2 years? And he's like, well, my backer ID is blah blah blah, and he posted the number, and then he's like, don't even send me the book, just cancel it. And I just said, well, you paid for it, I might as well send it to you. And then I thought that was the end of it, and I woke up in the morning. I woke up at like 5 in the morning, and then it's on my email. It was from like an hour ago. I was like, what is it? And it was like message from Edwin. I was like, oh boy, what does he want? And then it's this. Like, I did nothing besides host a normal live stream, looking at Kiwi Farms like I do all the time. And he's like, you must take it down or edit it out. And this is a private conversation. If anybody like threatens you and then says this is private, like, you could almost guarantee the other person's gonna post it, because that's such a stupid term. Like, he's like, you guys will see when I look at the other ones, he's like, I told you this was private and you shared it. So I could say anything in a message. Like, I could reply to him saying, by opening this message, or even just by receiving this message, you now owe me $10,000, Edwin, pay up. Like, that's like the equivalent. Like, me and him did not agree on this. He said one thing, I never said, yeah, Edwin, this is private, I'm not going to share it. He just came with these strange demands, like demanding I take down my stream or edit out any part referencing him. Like, no, dude, go screw yourself. If you didn't want to be mentioned, why did you show up in the chat crying and tearing your brain? Like, this is like Liam level. Like, this is like this. Guys, we'll read more of these. Like, he sounds just like Liam, like as demented as Liam, threatening strikes, like he's going crazy. Like Liam said, the Crown will be handling the issue. That's Edwin, because he threatened to bring in
like, Indiegogo will be handling this issue for what? What did it? It's not when you write that letter, when Indiegogo goes, hey, Nasser, what the fuck happened here? And you write the letter in response, and you're like, he came into the live stream. He came into my live stream. What was that? Like, this wasn't a private conversation that he's demanding I take down.
Stupendous 989 says Odie was so lazy he couldn't even request a refund. Gable says Methwin acting mighty SJW lately. What is it about these grown men, Vicky, that I always find a way to make them tear their brain? Like Liam, Smiller, Methwin, all of them. They all just I exist.
It's not just you. This is all trickled down from their hatred of Ethan.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good way to put it too.
And that's where it all stems from. It all stems from the fact that they're angry at Ethan. They're mad that you came back to Comicsgate. And because you should have done it on, you didn't need comics. Well, fuck that. But mostly it's because they're just angry with Ethan Van Sciver. Lots of people are angry at Ethan Van Sciver, and a lot of us get smacked around because of it.
One Mississippi says he is par with Liam Gray, and Vilned says it's Ethan derangement syndrome. It really is, because I on the stream yesterday, I looked at a clip where Doug was saying the exact opposite of what he tells me now. So you remember when we had that stream with him and he was like, no, I was just trying to tell you, you didn't need CG. You didn't need this. You could have done on your own. He was saying the exact opposite in this clip I looked at, where he was saying, because it was those, the Andons, they were telling Ethan in this clip, they were like, oh, there are people that might be losing their house, but they have an Indiegogo, and you should have them on instead of Nasser. And then so everyone was defending me in this clip, including Doug. And Doug was saying, like, how great is it to be him and be young and your comics fund right away and they make a lot of money and you're friends with all these comic pros. He was saying all that stuff, and then he hates Ethan, so he starts telling me the opposite. He's like, no, you don't need to be friends with comic pros. You don't need their help. Just the complete opposite. And it all stems from hating Ethan. You're right.
Yeah.
Matt Fowler says, anyone else think Richard Taco is an awesome name? I dig it. We'll talk about Richard Taco in a little. But all right. So then continuing my post, I replied to his email. So I said, to which I replied that I don't know what he is talking about because I really don't. Edwin, there is nothing in the Indiegogo consumer privacy requirements about reading your Kiwi Farms posts on my YouTube channel. What's funnier is that you think Indiegogo is going to care. If you don't want people to read your Kiwi Farms posts, then don't post them on Kiwi Farms. Edwin, I'm a guy self-publishing in his parents' basement. You're a creepy old man who has done nothing with his life.
Except destroy the Hawaii GOP.
That's true.
I mean, that's a fucking accomplishment. I'm sorry, I swore on your stream.
No,
I apologize.
No, you're good. No, you're good. But I continuing it, I said, I understand it's easy to be jealous, but this is weird. My stream is staying up completely unedited. Get over it, bro. I can't even imagine what you would tell Indiegogo. It would literally have to be something like, I publicly requested this guy not ship my books because he read my Kiwi Farms posts. This is a violation of consumer privacy. That's how these things read in my mind, is just him like freaking out and getting louder and louder, and he's like, he's more on the edge, he's like this, he's about to explode. But let's see, problematic user 420 says, sounds like Edwin is back on the sauce or meth or whatever it is he takes. Praying for your quick recovery, Edwin. Addiction is hell. And then Rupin, the goat, like I said, he says, that's a pretty you guys know I don't like to swear, expletive move, trying to take down Nasser's campaign like that. Edwin, get some help and get off the mat. Let me get to the next page. And oh, this is a lengthy one. I actually skimmed this one. Let's see. Well, we'll read this one unless it's boring. But Weeb Slinger says, Edwin, I recall you at the inception of Comicsgate when you were very much the calm voice of moderation and a thoroughly likable chap to boot. The kind of steady hand at the tiller who would confidently... Yeah, oh, this is why I didn't finish reading it. It was boring. But,
I thought it was a great post. I
no,
did.
But... Okay,
yeah.
but okay, let me continue. But he says, I had a massive amount of respect for you, which is why I find it so hard to reconcile that Edwin was the bitter and hate-filled person who periodically washes up as flotsam on the shores of this thread to expletive about former allies and pick at old wounds. He said, this thread is alive with analysis of Comicsgate, much of which goes way beyond attempts at pushing together two circles, one labeled fat and other labeled gay, to create an accurate Venn diagram of Ethan. What am I even reading now? Most criticism here is delivered with the amused detachment of people who have other things going on in their lives. When Mr. Dongs is not engaged in one of his deep dives, he has his vast collection of dongs to amuse him, each one more girthy and masculine than the last. What am I reading, Vicky? You told me this was good. Is this why you liked it?
No, I just thought it was well written.
Well,
you could learn something from it.
Ooh, Vicky's bringing the heat. What did I do to you, Vicky? I thought we were cool, but okay. He says, with you, it seems like there is a personal investment in Comicsgate failing, as if you would somehow be vindicated if it were to all come crashing down, and would perhaps even take pleasure from watching it fall apart. Your posts here can be summarized as catty asides, premature celebrations of impending failure, and attempts to place obstacles in the path of individuals who have moved on from what Comicsgate was when you were involved, and who have also moved on from you. What you are doing is, I believe, intended to hurt individuals who you feel have wronged you in some way. Ultimately, it's self-destructive. You are arguing with words against people who are living well through their actions and who are likely to continue to do so regardless of what you think and feel. Anybody with a modicum of common sense would agree that crowdfunding is a symptom of an industry on the ropes, scrambling to evolve into a new form that will be profitable in a chaotic and divided world. What we have at present are shifting sands that have yet to assume the final stable form. That is why people like Ethan are continuously modifying the way in which they create and sell their comics and associated products. It's a business model in progress, a road to future success. This guy's going to get a winner react from me after the stream. I'm not logged in on this browser. Let's see. Ethan is currently sitting on a raised throne in the window of an ice cream parlor, dining on a cornucopia of different flavors from a glass dish the size of a canoe, while sparklers fizzle and a pair of Guardian Oompa Loompas dressed in Slave Leia costumes stand poised to little chocolate sauce upon request. That sounds delicious. You are sitting at a small table nearby with a paltry single scoop of vanilla, throwing scraps of wafer at him as melting ice cream dribbles through the hole that you knot in the bottom of your lip cone. This potentially ends with you parading up and down outside your local comic shop wearing a sandwich board that reads "Repent Comic Skaters," while a life-size statue of Cyberfrog glows at you from behind the plate glass window. As an atheist by default, I never thought that I would say this to anyone, but I am worried about your soul. Weed Slinger, that was great.
Yeah, it was a good post. It was the ice cream parlor stuff is the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Edwin has spent so you guys get a little bit of context for what's been going on, because not everybody reads Kiwi Farms. Edwin has spent the last 2 months combing through that Creator Go website that has the Comicsgate tracker on it with the numbers. Even though Mr. Dong's posts like once a month about all the numbers in Comicsgate and what they mean. So Edwin's doing all this extra work, pounding all that shit into a spreadsheet,
Right.
you know. He's even going so far as to comb through the comments on Ethan's crowdfunds, and then following the account of the backer back to their own Indiegogo page, because it says you can look and see what they've backed, right?
Yeah.
And then he'll count up and see how many times they backed the latest Cyberfrog campaign, right? So, I mean, he's been doing all this digging and all this work and all this really bad number crunching, because Indigo doesn't keep stuff quite up to date the way you'd think, right?
Yeah.
So, and he's been logging Ethan about Comicsgate failing for the last 2 months, talking about you only have 1,500 fans, because I think that was like how many backers there were on a certain campaign. And I mean, like, there were all these backers in 2020, and look, there's only this many backers in 2021. And you're like, okay, yeah, that's because all the big, most of the big campaigns are where people are waiting for them to fulfill. I did a video a couple of months ago. It was like only a minute and a half, this really short video, pretty much pointing out how much money people have spent in Comicsgate over the last 2-3 years. And the fact that there is, or was at the time, something like 4 million, something like that, almost $4 million in unfulfilled campaigns. And that's really the issue. There are a lot of that were bigger campaigns that still haven't fulfilled, or they're late. And people are getting tired of campaigns not fulfilling. So they're being a bit more judicious. Plus, 2, people have had a chance to read your first book and they probably thought it sucked, so they're not backing the second. Sorry. I mean, that is going to happen. So the market is going to shrink a little bit before, hopefully it starts growing again. You know,
Well, there's
because
also when it comes to the market, I think another reason it shrinks too is a lot of people aren't trying to stand on their own 2 feet. There's quite a bit of people that I mean, they're not trying to bring in new people. I think everybody's got to try and bring in new people because I mean, if you're not bringing in new people, I mean, it's going to shrink. I mean,
yeah, you
but I'm
have
not-
to appeal to new backers outside of the bubble as well.
but
You know,
I don't think Comicsgate is shrinking. But I'm just saying, like in general, I mean, you got to bring in new people because I mean, you're going to lose people, people that don't like waiting, people that back the quite a bit of campaigns and then they don't back anymore because a few of them didn't fulfill. I've had a few people tell me that before, that they said it's nothing against you, I just don't back crowdfunds anymore because I backed a bunch and it never came out. So I mean, when people have found reasons to leave, I mean, we got to bring in new people. But there'll always be people leaving,
yeah,
and there should
there'll
always
always
be
be
people
people,
coming in too.
and there should, and there will probably always be people coming in. I think it would help. It's great that War Campaign is gone because, it's a much more stable feeling
Yeah, they caused all the
community.
problems with everybody.
Yeah, I posted on Twitter a couple of days ago, and it's true. I've been looking at these quote SJW comic accounts. And and they all started complaining about Comicsgate after the Substack thing because they had to. So all those big creators getting contracts, those big 2 creators getting
Right.
contracts on Substack, which were substantial contracts, right? But Substack doesn't play the, well, we're getting rid of you because your politics are wrong game. Or
Yeah.
at least they haven't started doing that yet, right? So you have a lot of quote right wing or centrist. Most of the ones they complain about are actually more centrist than anything else, or even left leaning centrist. And so they call, it's the Nazi platform. Well, who else is the Nazi platform? It's Comicsgate. So it's they all started complaining about Comicsgate again. And I'm looking through these tweets and the people that they were complaining about and the tweets that they're using as examples of misogyny and LGBTQ hate and everything else that they, accuse Comicsgate of doing. And they're all from fucking War Campaign, right?
Yeah.
All of these tweets, well, I take that back. They're not all from War Campaign. Some of them are from Ethan, but they've been saying this shit about Ethan. And I look at some of those tweets and occasionally I'm like, yeah, but he's kind of, that a lot of them are we know that a lot of them are tongue in cheek, right? But you look at them and you're like, how is that LGBTQ hate? I mean, how is that homophobic? How is that racist? How is that misogynist? And a lot of the times I don't have an answer. But when I'm looking at those War Campaign tweets and they're talking about war, all this harassment of these pros, most of them are War Campaign.
Yeah, War Campaign caused all the problems. Even going back to me and Donald, because that all started with Donald messaging me saying, you blocked War Campaign, you better unblock him or you won't be associated with our campaign going forward and you're costing us money, you better unblock him now.
Yeah.
He was probably the first person that ever tore the brain. But,
yeah. But
yeah,
you look at them and a lot of them are. I mean, granted, early in the day of Comicsgate, people were a bit more aggressive. Comicsgaters tended to be a bit more aggressive towards a lot of the big 2 pros.
Yeah, I loved fighting with them.
But yeah, they but a lot of that they took their lead from Richard Meyer, right? Who did that No, that's all he did. It's why he left Twitter, because he
I thought you meant
stop.
took their lead from. I thought you meant took their lead
No,
from,
as
like,
far as being aggressive on Twitter. And that was all. That was Richard Meyer. But you don't see it as much now. Nowadays, it can be a fairly banal tweet, and they're just like, "Gator, back back, and you see him throwing the holy water and like holding up the cross. And
So Helmut says they can't reach EVS with their stupid crap, so they go after supposedly weaker gators. Boyette, War Campaign to Naples, Miller, Gray, they're all the same animal. Let me read a few more of the chats here too. General Piggy, aka Bean from PA, says Boyette just sent me the numbers. My God, it's been a conspiracy this whole time. I must enlist the help of my top lawyer for this one. I'll call Soy Rage right away. No, that's disgusting. Mr. Dong says, as long as Sketch is free to wander the internet, CG will always be alive.
He is the heart of Comicsgate. Sketch therapy.
Yucky Gum says, what did Nasser do to Soy Rage? He's been gone. Hashtag Team Soy. I didn't do anything to him. Just let him relax. He's been streaming a lot. He needs to rest.
Or working.
Mr. Dong says, it was all worth it for Donald because War Campaign was loyal to him for life.
They've been smacking him around for months now. It's been beautiful, by the way.
All right, so let me read. The next one. So this is more harassment from Edwin. So this is his second email to me. He says, "I have contacted Indiegogo support to ask why a private communication transmitted through their internal platform, particularly given that the communication was marked as private and posted on a public forum. Remove all records of my personal information and remove any public posts referencing these communications. This communication is private and confidential and may not be shared with third parties. Edwin Boyette." I said, okay, Edwin, your order has been canceled. Now stop harassing me through Indiegogo. This is so insane. Like, this dude is at Liam Gray levels, okay? And Edwin, once again, just because you said it at the bottom of an email, this is private, that doesn't
mean it's private.
Like, I didn't agree. Like, Edwin, if you're listening to this, or I guess just everybody watching this, you all by listening to this have to give me $100 there. I said it. Only one of us has to agree. Like, Edwin, it's not like we both agreed, yeah, this is private. And you didn't even say anything private. You just spurred. Of course, if somebody comes at me spurging over something stupid, I'm going to just post it and laugh at it. Mr. Dong says this chat is private. Do not quote it. You guys should send me your best private super chats. Please, we have 43 people in here. I think we still got a little bit to go to be monetized this month. I don't even know if we're halfway there. I'll check it real quick. It'll be quick to check it, but we've only got like.
Does that roll over to the next month, or does it disappear? Yeah,
it
then
does. It rolls
still
over.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at $46.91. We need to hit $100. So if we could get $50-something in super chats, that'd be cool. If everybody
That's
just sent
$54.
$2. I mean, they take a cut of it. So I mean, but anyways, if everybody just sent a couple bucks, we'd be fine. Hammer of Doom says still no clip button. What does this mean?
There is a program, like a pilot thing on YouTube where you can agree when you set up your stream, you scroll on down and you could say allow clipping or clipping for shorts or something. But I don't know that all channels are eligible for that, or if they've even rolled it out all the way, because I don't think I have it on mine either.
Because I'm looking now, I don't see anything like that. So yeah, I don't know what you mean. Now I know what you mean, but I mean, I don't see anything like that. This is just weird. Like, he went out of his way to contact Indiegogo. Like, this is Liam levels of crazy. Like, I'm gonna report you because you mentioned me. Like, dude.
Well, he did. And here's the thing. I went through. I once again, for the 20 millionth time, read Indiegogo's terms of service. And the only thing Indiegogo says about communication, which they say nothing about communications between creators and backers. But the only thing you're not allowed to share is, say, email addresses, financial information. You're not allowed to sell your backer information to a company for any reason. You're also not supposed to use your backer information to send things like advertising text messages. Right.
Yeah.
So somebody actually has to. So if you if you are on back something on Indiegogo and suddenly you are put on a separate mailing list that comes directly from the creator instead of coming through the Indiegogo update system, they are in violation of of the terms of service. Hi, Preston. I don't know how that works on Kickstarter, but on Indiegogo, it is a thing. But you didn't release any financial information from
Nope,
Edwin,
nothing.
right?
He just came into my stream and I acknowledged him, and he's like, "How dare you acknowledge me?"
How dare you notice I'm in your chats, and when he knows full well that what you do is read the chat and put chats up on the screen. Like that's your format.
He's so weird.
It shouldn't be a surprise, but just reporting it to Indiegogo is a bit much.
So
Yeah.
So then we're gonna get to more emails from him, but I thought this is a funny post here. So Doug is back on YouTube, and he's now called Richard Taco, and he's making his same cringy boomer videos. Like this one's called When the Storm Hits, and it's a minute and 46 seconds, and I already know it's gonna say something like, when the storm hits, just keep going, guys.
I think he has another channel as well.
Does he?
I think I saw a second channel. Well, I guess that would be like the 7th channel or whatever. But I did see another channel that had fucking sock puppets, literally puppets made out of socks.
And now he's got these other videos. Arizona is normal people. This is probably something where he's gonna falsely say like Arizona was flipped. Women and Afghanistan. I'm sure he's gonna say something important in the 59 seconds that video is. The Kamala variant. Ha 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 ha. Every cartoon pitch ever. I already know this is going to be smug. Like he's going to spend half of that 1 minute video saying, "I've sold this many books and I've had this many cartoon deals." And then Redneck Jokes, a 16-second video. This looks real stupid. But this is Ethan's post, and Ethan says, Doug TenNapel has officially changed his name to Richard Taco in another attempt to evade his YouTube ban. He's had at least 4 accounts struck down to date. I wish him luck. Maybe he should try a disguise too. What disguise do you think he should wear?
I just no idea. He should try shaving off the beard and see what happens.
I think he should just delete his channel. I mean, YouTube will probably do that for him soon.
YouTube will probably do it for him. Depending on what his content is and what he's saying, the bot does go through and check transcripts.
Right. So,
but it looks like he's trying to keep these videos super duper short in the hopes of evading like the bot getting too in depth. I don't know.
All right. So we've got more emails from Edwin here. So I said, Edwin, stop harassing me. That's what I said in the post, because this is what he sent me next after I posted that.
Was this an email, a direct email, like to your email address?
I think so. Yeah.
How did you give him? Did he already have your email address?
Yeah, he already had my email. Because I sent him a script once. I sent quite a few people Trixie when I first wrote it, just for some feedback, and I sent it to him, and he had absolutely no feedback. But that's another story for another. It's actually not even a story. He just had no feedback. He was like, it's okay. I don't know. And that was what he said. But no, so he emails me. On my email's in my Twitter bio anyways. Anyone could find it even if he didn't have it. But so Edwin says, remove any references to my private communications on public forums or videos within 24 hours. Wait, what did you say, Vicky?
He actually called it a public forum?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So he says any references to my private communications on public forums. Like he's telling me to take his private messages off of Kiwi Farms, I guess. But he says, within 24 hours, or I will initiate complaints under Hawaii Revised Statutes and will use the methods of redress enumerated under Indiegogo's data protection requirements, not limited to, but including the arbitration process. Delete and remove any personal identification in your possession that identifies me, including my address, phone number, or any other records. Delete the public posting of my private communication I initiated through Indiegogo's platform. Delete the defamatory and libelous accusations that I am high on meth for requesting my order be canceled. This is private communication. I am including Indiegogo support team for their records and diligence. This guy has lost his mind. I mean, maybe he lost it a long time ago, but like he's spurging out on me, attacking my business, getting Indiegogo involved over nothing because he wants to hurt me to get at Frog. Is that it? He wants to hurt me to get at Ethan.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Chat? Gable says maybe Edwin just doesn't like the Arabs. That's true. Mark Wade didn't like the Asians. Maybe that's the same thing with Edwin. Only 64 says work on the Edwin voice. I'm not good with voices. I have like one voice. Edwin can't sue Nasser. I was going to next week, says Wooster.
Okay, so this is the Hawaii privacy. The Hawaii state constitution expressly recognizes the right to privacy. In fact, invasion of privacy is a crime in Hawaii. Unless otherwise authorized by law, a person is guilty of violation of privacy in the first degree if he or she intentionally or knowingly installs and or uses in any private place without consent of the person or persons entitled to privacy therein, any device for observing, recording, amplifying. So if you record somebody without their knowledge, that's an invasion of privacy. That's not happening here. Right. A person is also guilty if he or she knowingly discloses an image or video of another identifiable person, either in the nude or engaging in sexual conduct without the consent. That's definitely not happening here. Right. If you trespass, not happening. If you're peeping into windows, not happening. So pretty much under Hawaii state law, as near as I can tell, and this is just a quick skim because I was working all day and didn't have a chance to look into it, this is not a violation of anything.
He is just such a Liam. Like that's just what I keep thinking about. Like this is completely Liam. Like when he's like, the Crown will be handling the issue. It's like this is Edwin. He's like, Hawaii will be handling the issue. I'm trying to do a different voice because everyone wants a different voice for Edwin, but I don't know. He's like, Hawaii will be handling the issue.
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's trying to say because divulges without the consent of the sender or receiver the existence of contents of any message or photographic image by telephone, telegraph, letter, electronic transmission. So he's trying to say that since he's calling it private, you're violating the law, but that's not really how it works.
Yeah, it's not private. Like we didn't agree it's private. Like you just messaged me spurging out demanding I take down my video, my stream, or else you'd hurt my business. And now you're contacting Indiegogo like you're a crazy old man. I don't know why you're so obsessed with me. I think Edwin might have a thing for younger guys. I don't know, but Edwin, I don't roll that way, bruh. I'm not into fudge like you are, dude.
Oh, but it's only if the message was unlawfully intercepted.
Unlawfully intercepted. All right. Yeah, nothing unlawfully ever happened here.
Yeah. Or if it's because you worked for some sort of state agency or an agency that has access to that information, but you didn't disclose any information that wasn't already publicly available, like the fact that he's Edwin Boyette and he destroyed the GOP in Hawaii.
So that was that email. And then he attached some screenshots of some tweets where you had tweeted. I'll pull it up actually, so we'll look at it after this. But you had tweeted something like, Edwin, are you high? And I replied, probably on meth or something. And let me see. I'm opening it up in another tab real quick. Okay, I found it. So we'll look at our tweets here in just a minute. Let me get back over to the Kiwi Farms tab. So yeah, he includes those. And then it looks like he included them a second time because he was probably too high to understand what he was doing. And then he sent me this one, like he forwarded it. and he messaged Indiegogo, and this is actually his forward from Indiegogo. It says, "Hi Edwin, thank you for contacting Indiegogo's user operations team. This is an automated note to confirm we've received your message and will review it shortly. If we are currently experiencing a high number of requests, it may take us longer than usual to respond. A member of our team will be in touch as soon as possible." And that was the last one I got from him.
Yeah.
And then, well, here, did you have any thoughts on it before I started reading some of these next ones on the farms? Maybe we should go over to our tweets first, actually. Let's
Sure.
see. Booster says they are called direct messages, not private messages for a reason, a legal reason. Oh my goodness. Let me find this.
Private communications are only.
This isn't it. This is okay. I guess Lazmat's bloody remains, Cider's bloody remains, and it looks like a yellow triangle Grim Reaper says, "I'm a victim," and now he's going over to well-read reviews.
Yeah, he's already finished that one off. We
Well,
might as well just continue moving on.
Yeah, so I don't know what that was. I don't know where that came from. Let me just got so many Twitter tabs open. Let me see. Is it this one? Okay. Yeah, so here is where you tweeted. I didn't even know that Cuckwin was back on Twitter, but I guess he's now Middle Earth story time. And Vicky says, Let me get this straight, Edwin." No, wait, I can't do that voice for you. Well, you read it, actually. You're here. I don't got to do a voice.
Sure. You demand cancellation of Nasser's book from the chat of Nasser's stream. You even included your backer number. Then believe you have an expectation of privacy and demand he edit mention of you from his stream. Are you high? And that's where
Yeah. And then I said, "Hi, I'm Matt." And that made him so
that's
triggered.
actionable. It's actually a whole thread. I kind of went a little nuts. How will that complaint to Indiegogo read? Mr. Rabadi was reading posts from a public forum when I decided to publicly broadcast my backer number and demand a refund. Mr. Rabadi then dared to highlight my public chat. Really, Edwin? I get it. After months of plotting through CG Tracker on Creator Go, plugging numbers into spreadsheets, even going so far as to backtrack through the comments left on Ethan's campaigns to see how many times the commenter backed EVS, just so you could spend your time trying to A-log Ethan about backer numbers. It must have stung like a son of a bitch to have Ethan plop down that 100K earned over the last 90-day stat from his eBay. Yeah, by the way, Ethan has made $100,000 over the last 90 days on his eBay account. So, wow. So you rail against a young man whose last Indiegogo made just over $7,000 because he dared to go back to Comicsgate.
Ooh, this is a great rant. You said it better than I could have said it.
Thank you.
The great Cyclopean says, yes, the answer is yes, he must be high. And I know he told us how to say it before, but I think it's wrong when you say Hervoja. That's not how you say it. I can't remember. He told us before, but he says, but Hervoja, I know I'm saying it wrong, says, whoa, what a class act dumb move. Oh my goodness. I think you did some more tweets, didn't you? Let me see.
No, I think that was pretty much it. The rest of them was just a couple. I had a couple replies to Ethan. Oh, yeah. I told him he may want to reread the Indiegogo terms of service.
Yeah. So that was what happened over on Twitter, and I guess that made Edwin cry or something. Imagine being a grown man and typing all these things he sent to me. Like, I couldn't imagine that.
What's interesting is he screenshotted or at least mentioned your tweet, but couldn't even be asked to reply. Like, be a man, Edwin. Reply on Twitter, right? I mean, Everybody seems to hide from talking to me. I got that from Dan Fraga the other night. You tweeted about something and I was going to respond. And I'm like, dude, you should have responded. We could have had like an actual conversation about it right here out in the open. Like, I wasn't going to be a bitch.
Edwin's like, and the thing is, Edwin's, I think he's older than you, Vic. I mean, I already knew he was older than you, but now suddenly I'm finding out you're 52. I think he might be like 53.
I have 54. I think he's a little bit older.
He's like early or mid 50s.
I'm not 52 yet. I still have a week to go.
Okay, so maybe he's just 52, but he's still older than you. But yeah, so he's in his 50s. He's over double my age, And I couldn't even imagine at my age typing out half of what he typed out. Like it's just weird. I couldn't imagine typing out one sentence of that. He's so stupid. But so King of Nothing replies to that last one I posted saying, Edwin, why did you come back to the farms of all places if you're going to be this much of a thin-skinned bitch? Let's see. Newman's own. I hate this guy. He's so annoying. He says, leave it be. This is the only entertaining thing happening on this thread at present. Between Nasser and Edwin's competing victim narratives, this is pretty much the only fresh milk available. And then Elwood P. Dowd replies to one of my posts saying he's really not one to talk, in the sense I don't see how his YouTube channel gets any sort of fair use or transformative exception to copyright infringement to the content he produces. He's been literally reading the text of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings for an hour or so at a time after a brief introduction, and checking in with and talking to his chat for months now, and talking to chat again at the end of this session. I'm certainly not going to report him, but I'm a bit surprised the Tolkien estate hasn't swung. I don't know what this word is, Nazgul style, and struck everything. He's certainly setting himself up for this, at least in my eyes. I think The Hobbit enters public domain in 2033. The balance of Lord of the Rings is in the 2040s sometime. Since the rule for works published after 1923 and before 1979 is 95 years from publication, not author's life plus 70 years. As an example, the recently posted first episode of The Hobbit is 2 minutes, 10 seconds of chit-chat, followed up by reading from a copyrighted text until minute 39, then more chit-chat with his chat to the end. Maybe that qualifies, but I'm skeptical. Start of text reading, end of text reading, he linked them. And then people are asking why there's comic pros spurting about CG randomly, and it's because Aaron Lepresti is doing good. And let me refresh this. Is there anything new? Let's continue. It's been doing this so much lately. Has it been buggy for you lately?
The cloud, yeah, they're still under. They're still having some DDoS attack issues.
Yeah, I don't even know what to click on now. I'm trying to get back to it. Huh.
Yeah, it has been a little weird. Or I try to get it to it on my phone, and the Cloudflare thing just never goes away.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll close it. But let me see what.
Here, I'll look and see. I don't think there was anything else.
Bright says Nazgul.
Yeah, no, the last post was the one by stenographers. So.
Edwin gave Nasser a 24-hour ultimatum, Matt Fowler says. That sounds like a movie or something. Larry Romano says, what's the ultimatum, Nasser? Help me out here. Well, it's 24 hours or else. And it's 24 hours or else he's going to report my channel, try and strike it. He's already contacted Indiegogo. There's no line he won't cross. He's determined to hurt me in any way possible, because he's insane, and this is his way of hurting Ethan. Like you said, Vicky, all these people, and I think a couple of people in the chat said it too. Whenever they attack weaker CGers, they're just trying to get at Ethan. It's Ethan derangement syndrome, and Edwin's trying to hurt Ethan by hurting me, and he's really stupid. I keep refreshing this page. I want to go back to it. I don't know why the farms isn't working now. Are you getting it to work at all? Have you tried pulling it up?
I just looked at the page. There was nothing else. There was nothing new after that.
So, okay. I
already had it open.
Let me see if there's anything new on here. No, there's actually nothing new. Let's see. Billy says boomer.
He is Billy. A boomer.
Matt 6
Hello, Matt.
I see here, Matt. Guy says, glad I don't have a Kiwi account. Larry Romano says, if you don't what? Larry,
it's one of those.
No, I think he is asking about the ultimate. Like, I don't know if he.
Edwin is demanding that Nasser edit the live stream from yesterday when he read Edwin's chat from the chat, because somehow that's violating Edwin's privacy. It's stupid.
Right. So let me share my screen. We'll go to something here. Let me find it.
The thing is he already reported it to Indiegogo, right? So what is he aside from striking your YouTube channel, what does he have to hold over your head? And so what, he privacy strikes you and you have to take out a couple of seconds if they decide it's a privacy violation. And then you just write them, you just wait out the 48 hours or whatever it is and see if the stream's still there. Make sure you download it so you can re-upload it.
Email. I wanted to shill your channel here. Everyone goes up to Vicky. We'll shill it first. Vicky's at 527 subs. DA's at 599. Let's get him to 600 before Vicky.
No,
and their joint channel's at 193.
Yeah, that could go up a little bit.
Yeah,
that one would be great. I'm not worried about my own channel. Forget Dean's channel. Unsub from Dean and go sub to our joint channel.
Let's get Dean to 600. Let's get the joint channel to 200. But there's the link. You got to go to Vicky's channel to find them. Let's see. Barry Romano says, "Oh boy," or just take it down. I doubt it was groundbreaking content. Soy Rage wasn't even there. It's not groundbreaking.
It's not.
Funny.
It's a matter of frickin' principle, though, right? I mean, you can't just false striking is false striking, and
this is just faggotry.
It reeks. It's horrible. It makes him no better than Liam Gray. By doing it. It's not like, somebody had posted up my entire Ribbit Coin stream with Ethan. It was like my first live stream, and granted it wasn't a great live stream, but I got some information out of there that I didn't know before, like that he was working with dynamite, right? That was the first time that came to light. And somebody was mirroring that entire live stream. So I left him a note. I just left him a comment. Hey, listen, dude, it's one thing to actually utilize fair use. It's another to put up my entire stream. If you could please take this down. So instead, I'm not reporting it yet. I'm going to give you a chance to take it down. So instead of taking it down, he privates it. Well, that's not taking it down. That's just making it private. That's saying, hey, I hope the bitch doesn't notice in a couple of months when I unprivate her stream. Ha 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 ha. Right? And I still had the link in my history. So I contacted YouTube. But that was my stream. That was my, and Testify says, but you're not even monetized. What difference does it make? And it makes a difference to me because it's my fucking stream. But that's not a false strike. This, if Edwin decides to try to do something, is. The most he can get mad at is because maybe you said his first and last name on stream. Maybe.
I'm actually gonna screenshot these. There's actually communication on here with somebody from Indiegogo in this thing he sent to me. I'm not gonna let me see. It shows him like posting a bunch of like screenshots and stuff. Like, I messaged this creator and they publicly posted this. I just took screenshots. Let me open up Kiwi Farms on my phone and then I'll upload it from there and then I'll refresh it on my computer so we could see it. That'd probably be easier. Let's see. New emails from Crazy Edwin. Attach files. Wooster, I forgot if I read this one, says Edwin waived his privacy when he agreed to YouTube's terms of service if he actually means a live stream chat. And then Mr. Von Stugel says, let's see, YouTube even warns you not to post private crap in the chat when you enter a live chat, which he didn't even post anything actually private.
Yeah, it is right there in big old letters.
Let me see. Let me add these. Oh my goodness, it's gonna give me a headache trying to add these.
But it wasn't really. I mean, he's the one that gave out his backer number. I don't know how private.
Which even if you give out a backer number, I mean, I could just sit here. Really. Look, I mean, I could sit here and tell people, oh, I backed a campaign. I'm backer number 508. What's that like? What are they going to do with that information? I mean, they can't. Like, if they were to go up to somebody, that campaign owner, and say, oh, I'm backer number 508. I'm actually Nasser. Like, they're they can't really fool them because they don't have my information that was put in there.
It would have been different if Edwin had said, I'm canceling, I don't want your book, and you said, oh, you're backer number 63. Okay, Edwin. But you didn't.
And even if I said that, I mean, what's that gonna inform anybody in the chat? Like,
that would
he
be
backed it early. That's the only thing
that
you
would
could
be a
conclude
little
from
on the, privacy, and I would consider that a little close to a privacy violation.
Sure, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, that wouldn't even give anybody any information.
It doesn't tell anybody anything, no.
Yeah. Man, I have these next 3 screenshots I'm ready to put into the farms, but it's giving me trouble. The farms has been so laggy, guys. I apologize. I'm refreshing it now.
Why don't you just show us the screenshots instead, Nasser?
They're on my phone. I'm saying it's a lot more.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it from my phone onto the farms.
You could DM them to me.
Hold on, no, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work now. I have to add them to the post again. There's 3 screenshots. Apologies for being so boomerish, you guys. Let me attach this third one. Okay, and
your art installation, Matt Bear, your art installation was Post-it notes with penises drawn on them, scattered on the floor. I heard the story and it's great, by the way. But yeah. So, and then we have Larry. Edwin backed Nasser's book and I guess didn't want that info getting out for whatever reason. Well, it's not like Nasser doesn't still have the information. And the campaign is closed.
What does he think he's gonna get out of this?
Has the campaign been closed for more than 15 days?
I think we closed it on the. When did we close it? We closed it. I think we said we were closing it down the 7th. It might have closed the 8th, I think.
Yeah, if it's been more than 50 days, any refunds would have to come from Nasser and not Indiegogo. So he'd have to get even more financial information, his PayPal or something like that, in order to give him his money back.
Here we go. So I just got these. And so I guess this is a thread between him and somebody from Indiegogo. So the farther back they go, they have like the earliest messages. So this is the newest message here where he's talking to somebody. He says, the campaign owner is currently live streaming the messages I sent through Indiegogo's platform requesting my privacy be respected. What privacy? And then attached is Nasser YouTube private communications.png.
He screenshotted the stream. This is beautiful. It's like
he screenshotted the farms. It's funny. Oh my goodness. He says, after complaining about the original breach of a message sent through the Indiegogo platform, the clarification identified as a private message was also publicly posted. Nasser, delete all public references, captures, or screenshots of private information and communications protected by Indiegogo privacy policy. What? Nothing. He says screenshots of private information and communications. None of that was private, and none of it was your information. Actually, none of it. There's no information posted. All it is you freaking out, dude. Get a life, dude. I'm 24, running a business out of my parents' basement, and you're in Hawaii, ruining the Hawaii Republican Party. And this, I consume your thoughts. Like, you're this triggered by my existence. I don't get this. I don't get, why are you attacking my business, Edwin? Why are you attacking me where I do business?
Oh, and just so we're all clear, this is all Seven's fault, because if he hadn't have had that fantastic freaking post, it wouldn't have been screenshotted to the farms and you wouldn't have read it in the first place. Hi, Seven. He's in the chat.
Yucky Gum, I think $5 says, here, got change. Thank you. But so then he's got a screenshot of that, and then here is Claire from Indiegogo support, and this is from earlier. So this is before. Hold on, what did I just? Okay, so like I said, guys, these are like the newest messages. So we're going back as I read them. So this is from earlier, from before I started the stream, I guess, and so. Claire says, hi, Edwin. Thank you for your note. I wanted to let you know that your issue requires investigation from another team. I've already escalated your ticket accordingly. We may or may not reach out again for further details from you. Thanks in advance for your patience. Regards, Claire. Trust and user operations. And then there was, I could have screenshotted more, but it was all stuff you already could figure what he said. Like, he's like, I reported a privacy breach of my personal information in a private. And I could post
So
those if
how
anybody's super interested, but
Are those coming through like through
Well, it
Indiegogo
says-
from you, or
well, it says
he's
you are-
he's sending them to you.
It says
Okay.
you are registered as a carbon copy and are thus receiving email notifications on all updates to the request. Reply to this email to add a comment to the request. Yeah, I'm not gonna add a comment unless it's actually necessary. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna look at him and be like, "This is stupid." John says, "What is going on here?" John, you've missed so much. I forget, John. You're not on Twitter anymore. You're not in the green room. But John, I'm gonna find the link and get it copied for you. But to sum it all up, Edwin is trying to make it so that I cannot conduct business on Indiegogo. He's lying, saying I'm releasing private information and messages when nothing. I didn't release any information, and no message he sent me was actually private. He sent me a message complaining that I read his chats in my previous live stream. So
Yeah.
John, I just sent you the link on Facebook, so you can get on here if you want. General Piggy, aka Bean from PA, says Edwin could always pack my fudge. Larry says, "Are you saying these aren't private messages?" No, none of this is private. It's Edwin attacking my business. You're allowed to show evidence of people attacking your business. Yucky Gum says, "Take down my private message." People send me private super chats. And Dino says, "Leave Edwin alone, Nasser. He'll destroy you like he did the Hawaiian Republican. You've been warned." Billy Basco says, "JDA, what's with all the questions? Planning on doxing the chat?" John says, "Someone make me a Twitter." Rip John. Pay Edwin Nasser. Smug Pug says, "Why am I not in the green room?" Smug
I'm
Pug,
not in the
anytime-
green one either, Smug Pug.
Anytime you've been on my stream, Smug Pug, you come for like 2 minutes and then you like rarely ever add anything and then you leave. But I like having you on the stream anyways. If you ever want to come by, Smug Pug, I'll send you the link. I don't know.
I can send Smug the link.
I don't know if like certain people have you blocked. If I could even add you to the green room, Vicky.
I'm like half of the planet has me blocked. I can send Smug the link.
Oh yeah, go ahead if you want. That's fine. Where is Dean working? I sent Dean the link. I thought he'd come by.
Yeah, he is probably on his way home now because I haven't heard from him.
I'm getting some notifications from VealNet. I gotta retweet these. Like he tweeted out the stream earlier, and then now he's tweeting out Edwin Boyette text or oh no, I read the wrong one. Edwin Boyette canceling Nasser in real time as Nasser streams about it. I'm retweeting all these. Just retweeted you 3 times in a row, VealNet. Let me see. Let's see. You are all morons to slip an old dog turd in the box with his order fulfillment. Wooster says, "I am going to time out Smug Pug." Don't you dare. Nobody time out Smeek Peeg. This is pug discrimination, he says. John says, "I think I gotta go in the pool with my kid. He just asked me, but I'll pop in real quick." Okay. Oh, here he is. It's wait, that's not your name.
Assalamu alaikum, brethren.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Allah Akbar.
How are you doing today, John?
You know, just it's a weird experience being banned on Twitter, and I like have nothing to do.
You know, John, I have nothing to do on Twitter either because I used to find so many cringy tweets, and I would send them to you for laughs, and then you would dunk on those people.
I know,
really funny, like
it was
all
so
the
much fun.
All the book publishing weirdos. How those are the best people to dunk on, but you do it better than me because you actually write for.
All I did is call someone who looks like Vicky Whitey. You know, is that a bannable offense?
On Twitter, it is.
I hate whiteys.
You're white, John.
Shut up.
None of this is anything.
You self-hating.
I'm Latinx, Vicky.
Hold on. Dillard says none of this is anything a small donation to the Hawaiian Republican Party campus.
What did you do to Edwin, Nasser? What did you do to this
nothing,
sweet man?
But,
He was reading from the farms. And it was a post that included yesterday that included screenshots from, I think it was Miller's Discord. And Edwin hopped into the chat, started freaking out, and then demanded a cancellation of his order, not a refund, but a cancellation, gave Nasser his backer number, and then after threatened Nasser and demanded that he edit the live stream to remove his information.
But I don't.
I love reading messages from Discord. That's one of my favorite pastimes.
Even mad at I don't think the Discord stuff was even from his Discord. It's because I read his posts. He said you read my posts, and he had some posts on the farms that I read where he was like, "Comics had this many backers last year, but only this many this year. They must all be dying."
He posted them to the fucking Kiwi farms, man. Like it doesn't get. It doesn't get much more public than that.
He's like,
no,
you might as well have just dumped him on fucking Reddit or Twitter.
Right.
So he emailed me in the middle of the night. Like I wake up at 5 a.m, you guys. I woke up at 5. I had an email from like an hour before that, and it was from Edwin through Indiegogo, and he's like, "You read my posts on your last stream, and that is a violation of my privacy through Indiegogo, even though posting on the farms has nothing to do with Indiegogo, and you must now take down your stream or edit out any part that involves me or that where you mention me." So I just laughed, and I was like, I'm just gonna post this on the farms, and we'll all have a laugh.
I checked when I saw that, because I did see that this happened before. This is Dave's fault. My Kickstarter, which is up for 3 more days. Kickstart Comicsgate, everybody, by kickstarting Dave's Fault today.
Yes, it's also in the description, John, because I like you enough. I put your books in the description when you're.
Oh, that's sweet of you. But I noticed I saw this earlier that this was happening, and I checked, and Edwin sadly did not back my book to begin with, so I guess he can't refund my book.
Oof! I was just told to refresh.
Very sad. I'm very sad about that. So, oh no.
Our moderator, I don't even know how you even say that name.
Stenographer.
Yeah. Says, Edwin, why are you being such a faggot?
It's a great question. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's been up Edwin's rear end recently, but like,
a few things.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. He needs to chill out. I mean, he always talks about how he just wants to do his story time and not involved in the drama. And then he's like taunting Ethan on Kiwi farms like almost daily. And it's just like, why?
That's why he's doing this to me. He thinks if he does this to me, he could get at Ethan. John, I don't know how much of this you caught. He's messaged Indiegogo with my stream and my screenshots from the farms where I posted his messages. And he's like,
sounds like Mike and Curtis doing shit to me.
Or Liam.
Or Liam. Yeah, Micah was trying to get me canceled from Patreon last week. The piece of shit.
But
do you know what's but you know, we have some great news on that front. Did you guys hear the news today?
Micah Curtis has canceled his crowdfund.
Yes, he could not make the money.
Englewood 2. I don't even know if it wasn't even, the 60 days wasn't even up yet, right?
No, there were 10 days left, but he knew he was not going to make it.
He wasn't going to make it.
And so Micah quit, because that's what fat fucks do.
You were much better off. You were much better off as far as the crowdfunding platform goes, and you're standing on them to just let it not fund and then try it again rather than canceling. They do not like it when you cancel a crowdfund in the middle of it. That can actually cause you issues when you try to start another one. So just word to the wise people, if your crowdfund's about to fail and you know it's going to fail, just let it fail.
Listen to Vicky. She knows.
Hey, John. So you remember when Liam, I actually forget who he was talking to, but he was having a problem with somebody, and he said, the Crown will be handling the issue. Like he was
the Crown. That's right.
He's going to get Australia involved. I got liamed by Edwin here because he said
You got liamed by Edwin.
Yes, he says, let me find it. He's like, this is one of the earlier emails. He says, remove any references to my private communications on public forums or videos within 24 hours. I will initiate complaints under Hawaii revised statutes and I'll use the methods of redress enumerated under Indiegogo's data, whatever, blah, blah. He's like, I will get Hawaii involved.
What's he going to do? You'll never be able to visit Hawaii, or you'll be arrested sometime within the next 3 years for violating everyone's privacy in the second degree. Like, even though it's not according to what I just read of the law, but whatever.
But yeah, so Edwin's just a sick person. He's
making a stink here. I don't know what the deal is. Is this all? This is all Smiller related.
Yeah,
I mean, the only reason he's doing this is because Mike is sitting in his Discord going, well, it's very clear now that people don't actually back the books for the books. They're only backing it because of a cult of personality. And I'd rather have no backers than that.
Right.
And obviously he's very angry.
That's why he's such a hypocrite, because he always says something like, maybe all the Dean Cain fans will buy it just because of Dean Cain, not to read it. Or maybe all the Ben Shapiro fans will buy it because they'll do anything he says.
I know.
But then he's like, oh no, but Ethan fans are dumb because they'll do anything he said. Like he's just so stupid, Mike.
Well, who is it that he's doing a book with now? The YouTuber that he's
the Shadow.
Yeah, Shadowversity. Yes, he's hoping those Shadowversity fans buy the book because of the quality of the content and not because they're Shadowversity fans.
They're going to buy it because they're Shadowversity fans. And here's the sucky part for Mike, is that the next time he does a book that's not Shadowversity, they're not going to buy that because they're not Mike Miller fans. And so he's making the same mistake again. Mike, we're trying to save you.
And if he actually wanted quality, why isn't he working with you, John?
It's a great question. I mean, I would bring more backers than Lone Star has as of now. And so we could combine our forces and he would have, a good 1,000 backer run again. And it'd be great. I'm available, Mike. I'd be happy to script a book for you. I like your art very much. And I as a good Christian man, I would love to help save you here. So.
It is a little difficult to build an audience when you stream at like 2 a.m.
Yes.
Right. I mean, when you're streaming for 4 hours, starting at like 1 a.m. Eastern time, it's a little hard to get people interested in a. I mean, it's hard enough.
I do it. It's tough at like noon Pacific too, because people can't really watch it at that point.
It's hard enough to get people interested in a draw stream, right? Because mostly he does these drawing streams. Those are hard enough,
especially when you're bored.
In the middle of the night.
Like, I love when like Ethan does a draw stream because I know it's going to be interesting and it's something I can play in the background as I, I don't know, like clean up or do something. But if you got like a Miller like drawing stream, it's always something incredibly boring. He's like, I'm going to be drawing and hi people in the chat, and then he's silent for like 45 minutes until he takes a sip of water and he's like, oh, let me see what you guys were saying. And there's like 15 people in there.
Last Ethan draw stream, at least he gave us the Kennedy assassination to listen to. He did. He was playing the radio broadcast of the Kennedy assassination. It was actually fun. Very interesting.
And guys, we got 51 people in here. And if you guys want to get my new slasher books on Amazon and Kindle, you can get them in paperback for $7.50, ebook for $2.99. You can get both of them, honestly. I think that'd be best. But we're 16 sales away from having 200 sales for the year. This has been my best year on Amazon and Kindle. And if you guys want to get my books, help me get to 200 sales this month, that'd be pretty cool. So there's the link right here in the chat, you guys. If you guys like fun 80s slasher movies, fun 80s horror movies, and these are the books for you. I've got a 5-book series here that John keeps roasting the series title so much that
Nasser, really I have to tell you right now, it's 67 days until Halloween.
67 days, okay.
Yes.
So I swear it's not out of date, you guys, even though it says 100. But no,
it'll be okay next year.
John, I told you the title of this series like 2 years ago, and you were like, oh, okay, it sounds cool. And then after I pay for everything, you're like, no, it's actually kind of retarded. I'm like, now you tell me after I spend all this money.
Well, yeah. Right, I do.
John, you got to give me a good series title.
I'm going to have to go.
It's all right.
It's
I kinda
it's time
do
for me to
too.
go get some dinner. This has been fun, Nasser. Everybody, I'm gonna chill for just a quick second. Tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, over on my channel, not our shared
I'm about
channel.
to post the link.
We will be talking with Tim Lim and Mark Pellegrini. Their latest book is back on Indiegogo, so go check it out if you didn't back it on Kickstarter.
Excellent.
Cool. Yeah,
I'm
that's,
so excited.
Black
I
Ops
love
X Common America.
talking to Mark and Tim.
They're the best.
And
They really are.
let's see if we got Vicky any subs.
Probably
and more
not.
importantly,
I'm not worried about it.
I care about getting DA talks and subs, but Vicky has 527. DA's at 599. Let's see if we can get him to 300. Let's see. Let's refresh. Oh, Vicky, we got you a few subs. We got you 4, but we didn't get
Hey.
DA any.
That's okay. He doesn't need them.
Your joint channel went up 1. DA, come on, guys. Let's just post the link for DA instead. I shouldn't even post it. Okay. Let's
No,
see.
Vicky needs to beat Dean in every aspect. Yes.
No, so there's the link for DA.
Unsub from Dean.
Richard Pierce, thank you $5, says, I know a family whose name is Rabidi. They are Greek Orthodox. Are you genuine curiosity? Well, my name's Rabadi, not Rabidi. I was actually raised Greek Orthodox, but I'm a Baptist now. Well, I say now. I was a Baptist when I was like 12, I guess. Sorry, John. I did go to a Catholic school though, John, for a few years.
So you're an Arab who went to a Catholic school, was Greek Orthodox, and is now Baptist.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
I don't think
Cool,
so.
but weird. I was actually raised Catholic, baptized Protestant, so I can totally kind of relate to all that weirdness. And it's yeah, but they kill each other too. So you know.
All right.
But thank you very much, Nasser. I hope everything works okay and that Indiegogo tells Edwin to just fuck right off, because this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I hope they do that. I don't really see any way where they would be like, oh no, Edwin, he we're on your side. He did release something private. Like, there's nothing private.
There's nothing private.
Yeah, but thank you for coming by, Vicky.
No, thank you guys very much. You have a good night, John, and good night, chat.
Vicky. You too.
So,
well,
John,
Nasser. Yes. How's it feel to be canceled?
Oh boy,
Edwin?
I mean, I've had some small cancellations. This one, I don't know if this one's the biggest one. There were a few different ones, but I mean, you just gotta just keep doing the work,
I'm kind of sad about this. Edwin's always kind of backed your books, and it's like, just chill. I mean, I'm sorry Mike hates Ethan, but like that doesn't have anything to do with you. And that's a sad part of like that kind of anti-Comicsgate culture that happens. Is it just spawns these stupid fights that don't make any sense.
I know. There were quite a few people that just suddenly they hate me because I'm cool with Ethan, and like those same people that they used to buy my books, they show up in the chat now like, you're a hack writer. I'm like, but then why were you a fan of my channel for the past year? And then I'm cool with Ethan, and suddenly now I'm the hack writer. I'm boring, even though you were here for every live stream. Like, it's so strange how Ethan derangement syndrome works, and it affects these people. But Edwin came into my stream yesterday, man. I don't know if you well, I think you did catch it for 2 minutes, and then I don't think you came back because you said I'll come on, and then you never came by. But
I meant to. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
But no, I mean, I was looking at some of the Discord stuff that was posted about Smiller. Like, he was seething because Aaron Lopresti beat Lone Star 3 in less than 24 hours. And Mike was like, no, I'm happy for him. And anytime somebody says, I'm happy that this guy raised more than me in less time, they're not actually happy for them.
I'm happy for Aaron. I love it. I backed his book.
No, but I mean, like when it's okay, the way Smiller was saying it, he's like, oh, well, I'm happy Aaron raised more than Lone Star 3 in less than 24 hours. And but these people they don't back the books to read them. And I there's no reason I lost so many backers. And like he was just seething. He was jealous. But I was just reading those, just having a laugh. And then I read some other posts, and some of them were Edwin's posts saying that like, oh, CG had this many backers last year, and this year they have less, so it must be dying. And I read those. And then Edwin shows up in the chat like, why are you making fun of Mike S. Miller? 2 years later, aren't you tired of making videos about your enemies? I was like, it's funny. Like, I just want to have a stream and have a laugh. And then
it's not a big deal.
And then after I said that, he's like, well, this is my backer ID number, and I want you to cancel my order. And then he's like, just don't even send it. You don't even have to refund me. Just don't send it. And I said something like, well, I mean, you paid for it. I mean, I'd like to send it. I mean, you paid for it. And then I put the link in the chat, and I was like, hey, Edwin, you come on if you want to like talk about this and talk about your posts and whatnot. He never came by. And then I woke up to this strange email from him, like demanding, like, you read my posts on your stream, so you better take down that stream or edit me out of it. And I'm just like, well, no, my stream is staying the same. There's nothing for me to take out. No information was released. You just said, don't send me the book. And I read your posts from Kiwi Farms. And then now he's just gone crazy. And he's messaging Indiegogo, which I forgot if you saw this part here, but this is from somebody named Claire at Indiegogo that sent Edwin, thank you for your note. I want to let you know that your issue requires investigation from another team. I've already escalated your ticket accordingly. We may or may not reach out again for further details from you. Thanks in advance for your patience. So he's messaging Indiegogo. He's trying to make it so that way I can't conduct business there, even though that's where 99.99999999999 50,000 more nines % of my money I've ever made in my life came from, at least through publishing ever came from, was from Indiegogo.
Sounds like it's coming from super chats now, Nasser. You're getting pretty hot here with Richard Pierce.
Well, thank you, Richard Pierce. Thank you, $5. Says, I was reading the first Lone Star book at Starbucks, and it was so cringe I felt embarrassed. You should have just left it there at Starbucks. Actually, no, somebody might have picked it up. Hope you put it in the trash.
Lone Star Squadron.
It's just sad, dude. Like, Edwin, like, when I first started streaming to promote Stardust and whatnot, like, he had me on his channel, and you know, we had
tell people just like, don't get angry on the internet, because like, you can just go and have fun. Honestly, Edwin comes on, we could have fun. Mike comes on, we could have fun, but they're just seething and being angry instead of just having fun with everybody. And it's just like,
I don't get that. I don't.
Nobody
being angry.
That doesn't help anybody.
Like that's
doesn't
the
help
conversation
anybody at all.
That's the conversation me and you had last year. It was like, hey, why aren't we having fun like we used to in 2018? Like, why don't we just get along with everybody and just stop having any beefs? It's all dumb. We had that conversation, and things are great, and it's fun, and we're both so much better for it. And I just don't get this whole, like, especially like Mike, like me and Mike were cool. At least I thought we were, and he just has Ethan derangement syndrome, so he's angry at me. And same thing with Edwin. Like, I don't understand these guys having such severe Ethan derangement syndrome. I don't get it. Why do you think they have such bad Ethan derangement syndrome?
It's just an ego thing. They thought it was all themselves, and it comes down. It's like when Micah went off on Ethan too. It's the same thing. Like he went off the air. He was all high on his book, doing pretty well. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this was all me. I didn't even need Ethan. He's a dork." And it's like, okay, well, now you're not on Ethan's show anymore because you did that. And what did you learn? You learned you don't have fans. So sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Oh well.
Twitless says, "Buy my superhero book."
The truth is, build your own platform and build your own audience. That's important. And then you can just be friends with people like Ethan and not rely on them. It's better.
Yeah, everybody should stand on their own 2 feet. I'm still.
You can't do that, Nasser. Sorry.
I still.
You just can't.
I want to. I'm torn. I know we have this conversation at least once a month, but like, I don't like doing videos, but I know I need to do videos to get in subs, but then I don't know what videos to even do because I don't like any of them.
Just make fun of comic people.
Nah, I don't want to do comic stuff because I want to bring in a new audience. Because if all my friends do comic stuff, we're gonna get mostly the same people. But if I did,
but you're trying to sell comics, so you should cater to people who buy comics, dude.
Well, I'm trying to get in horror fans because I mean horror fans buy comics too, and they buy books.
But then you got to do comics.
Hold on, what was that? Sorry.
But then you got to do comics.
But yeah.
Oh man, hey Twitless, I can actually vouch for Twitless's book. It's good.
I have it. but I haven't
like
read it yet. I will see.
Violet was talking about my channel and subscribing. There's going to be a really big deal on Friday going on. We've hyped this up pretty good. Yesterday, we revealed that Dark Gift went on 2 dates with a lady, and we also learned that he. How should I put this politely on a show like Nasser's? We learned that on the second date, he
you could say it.
Okay. Is that second base?
Or third base.
That's third?
Yeah.
If you're licking vagina, that's third base?
Yes.
Okay. So he went down on this lady who did not reciprocate. So we learned this yesterday on my stream live, and we're like, wow, that's pretty that's pretty gay. And so tomorrow, Dark Gift apparently has a third date with this lady, and if he does not score on this third date, after that, I'm going to be mocking him profusely. So we're going to learn what happened on the date. We're going to learn the nitty-gritty details of Dark Gift and this lady. What's that?
Are you Catholic?
Am I Catholic?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you believe in abstinence?
Do I believe in abstinence? Yeah. No, I don't approve of anything Dark Gift's doing. He's a degenerate.
Okay.
But I'm still going to laugh. So, because I think it's funny.
Also, the Cynic in Chief says Nasser doesn't stand on his feet. He sits on Soy Rage's shoulders. The 8-bit champion says, bring in new people to comics so comics don't die, please. Yes. Hyperion says, what are we? Chopped liver? I don't know what you mean. I'm checking in with the chat. Dark Gift B Beta says Bright.
Was she fat? He says she's
goodness.
good looking. So we've not seen pictures. We'll see if we can get Dark Gift to do that tomorrow too. So we can judge the lady here. Yeah. He seems like the type who would date fat chicks though.
Mr. Solomon says, I'm sure talking about it on the internet will really help his chances. Richard Pierce, thank you for $5, says indie comics are very important. The very first what?
Oh no.
I almost read that.
You have to read the super chat, Nasser. You have to read it. Go.
Oh my god. No, he says
read it.
He says the very first time I jerked off was to Lady Death. The apostrophes are what YouTube required.
Okay, now somebody clip this stream where Nasser said the very first time I did. I'm not saying it because I don't want to get clipped. And then post that up somewhere with Nasser saying, no, I don't. It's your stream. You had to read your super chat.
Yes, but you said I want to clip you too.
Yeah. So there you go. Adam Friended, how you been, my friend? It's been a long time.
Was Adam Friended in the chat?
Yeah.
I hate that guy. Well, he says make like cat videos.
Yeah, yeah, you'll get lots of views with cat videos.
All right, let's refresh. Let's see if anybody else added anything here. Yeah, this post is getting some love. Edwin, why are you being such a faggot? Let's see. Absurdity says, come on, Edwin, you didn't need to go there. Criticism is great, but let's not cancel people through loopholes. Nasser Rabadi, all that happened is that you talked about his request to cancel, right? I don't understand, Edwin, when you're both public figures and have regular back and forth exchanges online, what gives? No, I didn't even it's not like I talked about his request to cancel, like I brought it up out the blue. He came into the chat and said, cancel my order, don't ship it. And I said, okay, but you paid for it. I think I should ship it. And then in the middle of the night, he emails me like, hey, you read my posts from Kiwi Farms on your stream, so I'm going to cancel you now.
That's so bizarre. It is Kiwi Farms. Anybody can look up Kiwi Farms. It's public. It's retarded. So,
J Spit 2.0 says Nasser canceled his order. People talk about you on the internet if you act like a thin-skinned baby. And then Rupin says, are you allowed to give him a person of interest tag? I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I don't think Edwin's really a person of interest. This is a Kiwi Farms like specific thing. He's not. So
Adam Friended says, hey, what did I do to Nasser? Probably nothing. I just don't like anybody.
You like soy. A lot.
So I mean, no, that's disgusting. I hate that guy. Richard Pierce says, I am Nasser Rabadi, and I am a sexual deviant.
Oh man, you're getting lots of good clips right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
of
he
Nasser.
misspelled my name, so I had to mispronounce it.
He probably did that on purpose. He's messing around.
Adam Friend says soy is funny. I mean, he's kind of funny. Let's refresh this. Let's see if there's anything else coming up here. Smug Freezer says Nasser streaming the thread. Hi, Nasser. Smug Freezer. I love Smug Freezer. Smug Freezer, where have you been?
Is great.
Where have you been, dude? I think he actually posted something the other day that said, "Hey, I haven't checked this thread in a while, and it's just a bunch of stupidity," or something like that. Cynic and Chief, thank you for $5. Says, "We all win when we get along. DC and Marvel lose regardless. Mike, Edwin, Liam, and Micah could at least make peace with CG, even if they don't join." For real.
Yeah, I would suggest all of them do this, and it's really bizarre. Like Mike and Edwin are cool with me still, I guess. You never know. I mean, they tend to get like mad about things. But I mean, this is a bit far for Edwin to go towards you. I don't know why he did this. It doesn't make sense. And as far as Liam was doing this whole thing where he's like, I'm making peace with all this, blah, 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 the other day. And so I went on my alt and I'm like, I'd love to make peace. Liam, let's hang out. You can come on my stream. And he blocked me. And then he was very rude. And Micah is very rude all the time. And he's failing now. His campaign is not funding, taking zero money.
Which
Englewood
he
is a
laughed at me
bust.
for not getting funded before. With Secret Comics Presents, my only campaign that didn't get funded the first time around. He laughed
I'm gonna have to do a stream just dunking on Micah like pretty shortly too. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
But yeah, I'm gonna it's just such a good point that Cynic and Chief made. Like we all win when we get along, and DC and Marvel lose regardless. Like it's especially the fact that we're all righties. I mean, me, you, Edwin, Mike, like we all are Republicans and brothers in Christ. And it's like, this is how you treat your fellow brother in Christ. Like it's sick.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Well.
Larry says Nasser must have done something to piss Edwin. No, Edwin's just deranged. He tore his brain.
He's just mad. He's just mad at Mike Miller's mad at Ethan. And this is a proxy war again. Like we've seen this hundreds of times.
Yeah, he wants to get me deplatformed. He's just being a big faggot. I'm pretty sure one of his talking points way back when he was CG was talking about how much he hated that Christian conservatives were all getting deplatformed and blacklisted, blah, blah, blah. Like that was how we all met each other. And now he wants to do that to me. He wants to blacklist a conservative Christian. He wants to get him kicked off Indiegogo. Like
very bizarre.
It's stupid. Let's see. Richard Pierce says everyone who joins CG gets like effing 4 or 5 figures as a result. Fake Handa says, "Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now."
Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now.
Mr. Dunks is the story of nobody. Hyperion says, "What did Micah do now?"
Micah failed.
Yeah, he did that, and he was trying to get you taken off Patreon. How did that go? Yeah, how did that go?
So I was stream sniping Micah, because he was making a stream about me, and he was going ballistic because I got into his Discord, and we had some beautiful screenshots from his Discord of him talking terrible smack about Ethan and Quaff, all these people. So, I mean, it really just showed how deeply angry this guy is and how much he hates all of us, even behind closed doors. So that was that came out, and actually Valned, posted a bunch of it, and he started calling Valned names too, called him a snake and etc.
Vilnet's
very
the
mean
nicest person.
I know, the super Comicsgate supporter. It's very sad. You don't want to do that to customers. Never want to do that to customers.
Vilnet says it's typical Edwin false flag. Yeah. Ethan's YouTube wanted to get Cecil's cash grab deplatformed, and now this.
Yeah.
Edwin,
yeah, it's true, huh? I remember that. Deranged. Oh well, can't have fun on the internet, right? But yeah, Micah actually took my stream snipe, reported it to Patreon, like gave them the YouTube link, and told them I was a harasser or whatever. And so they
that's exactly what Edwin just did.
It was very it definitely was a weird thing
right here. right here. He this is him what he sent to a person from Indiegogo named Claire. And this is during the stream. He said, the campaign owner is currently live streaming the messages I sent through Indiegogo's platform requesting my privacy be respected. And then he said, please respond. I didn't even notice that the first time. Please respond.
Please respond. Dun, dun, dun.
And under attachments, Nasser YouTube private communications .png. Oh my goodness. And like here he is sending this person. I read these all out loud earlier. So if you guys want like verbatim everything going on in these, just let's rewatch the stream, but or just go read these on the farms. But here he attached like the screenshot of my post from the farms. But like the person is gonna read this with all the context I wrote to it too in my post, and they're gonna be on my side. But this is Claire just saying, yeah, somebody's gonna look into it. But I don't know if did I read this one or did you cut me off? But Adam says, grow your audience however you can. You don't have to stick to comics. Good content is good content. Mr. Dong says, Nasser has become a thousandaire thanks to CG.
That's right. Do you have $1,000 in your bank account, Nasser?
Yeah.
There you go.
Kiwi Comics says Edwin is almost 50 and he acts. No, I think he's over 50. Yeah, he acts like a middle school girl. I'm pretty sure this dude's like early to mid 50s. Like he's double my age. He's definitely in his 50s. I couldn't imagine typing one sentence out of everything he sent, but he did all this stupid spurgatory. Let me refresh the thread. Let's see if any of the Kiwis are sending more messages to us. See, like, yeah, this is the part I don't even understand. Replying to the person of interest tag saying no, but mods higher on the hierarchy can consult them. Yeah, I don't know. Can someone explain to me in the chat what the person of interest tag means? Romano says out of the blue he just comes along and says he wants to destroy you for no reason. Yeah. Look, if you don't believe me, dude, rewatch yesterday's stream, and then read the farms from today, and that's it. You're not missing anything. This all started yesterday. It's not like I'm going back months. It's not like where we have to dig deep. This is episode 115. Go back to episode 114, watch it, and then watch the stream again, I guess, because I gave you guys all the context, all the messages. Jay Dollar Sign says everyone should love Quaff. Okay.
Everyone should love Quaff. Quaff is a beautiful man. His hair is delightful. So
Mr. Wu says, you sell toy, no more Kiwi? All right, well, I'm putting the link in the chat for the Super Asia Fun Toy. Indiegogo, it's now in demand. Let me share my screen. Let me find the tab. This is Vicky. No, it's not Vicky's campaign, is it? But here it is. I'm curious. Let's see if they've gone up. Let's get them to 20 backers, guys. They've got 19 backers. They've raised $755. If you guys aren't familiar with the Comicsgate Variety Fun Package, this is a nice box. Look at this nice, pretty box here. This nice display box, storage box, and you get all sorts of fun things like the pump and squirt, pump me, I squirt, water gun. You guys get the Comicsgate socks that we saw Vicky modeling. So you get these nice warm socks. You get the amphibious android wind-up toy. You guys get the fat uncle whoopee cushion. And you get your own Comicsgate membership.
Wow.
Oh, and the sticker. Don't forget.
Wait a minute. I think that reward is not available to Micah Curtis. So sorry, Micah. Yeah.
Bright says, I've always liked Edwin, but this is beyond the pale, in my opinion. Yeah, he's gone way over the line. Amateur Ann says, Nasser played that clip of Methwin laughing at that con. Wait, what? What do you mean? Kind of confused. Doodle Pimp says, on his question, do you think many CG backers back just because they like the YouTube content? If so, wouldn't online comics be better in the long run? Let's see. Do they back just because they like the YouTube content? I mean, I know there's a portion of them that do, but I mean, I also know there's a portion of people that back them because they like the books. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't really guess one way or the other because I've had people tell me that they bought the books because they found Ethan's channel through the Star Wars stuff. And these were some of the first comics they bought, and this got them into comics. So, I mean, there's definitely people that might have started off that way just because they liked these YouTubers and then they became comic fans. There might be, there's everyone in every situation. So I don't know what the majority might be. What do you think, John?
My kids are telling me that the TV is broken, like broken. And I think that's going to be very costly if that's actually true. Oh, man.
Well, I was just asking what you thought of this question.
I know. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention because they were in here. Let's see. I think there's a combo,
Yeah, that's kind of my answer too.
Yeah, it's fine.
Adam Friend says Nasser needs to make fun videos laying out his redemption arc.
He just sent you a super chat. Why don't you read his super chat, Nasser? Come on, be a good YouTuber.
I'm behind in the chat. I have to read.
You're making so much super chat money right now.
Hold on, I have to read some of the regular chats too.
Raking it in.
And then Mr. Dong says, "No, I tried to explain Nasser that free video editing software exists. It didn't really go anywhere. I do edit my videos now, though. I don't do a lot of it, but I do some editing. I just don't do videos that often. I need to do more videos. I need to bring in new people. I already know that." Richard Pierce, thank you $5, says, "This is sad. Like it hurts my effing feelings to read this." Let me see. Mr. Dong says, "Person of interest is sort of like an online handicap sticker or lolcow license plate, if you will. Donald got one upon registering." Adam Friended, thank you for $10, says, "When will Smiller kiss the ring?" I mean, if he knew it was good for him, he would have done it years ago. What do you think, John?
I think he might have to hit another rock bottom here. So
do you think he'll come back?
I don't know. Mike's so prideful, it's really tough. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna come back.
I think he should. I mean, there's really no reason not to. But oh well.
Let me see. Guy from Red Bank says, "I'm rethinking backing future projects from Dark Gift Comics after hearing what he did." Are you still gonna back him? Are you gonna back him after what he did, John?
Oh, let's find out Friday what he did and what he didn't do. That's gonna be the important thing.
Elwood P. Dowd says, "Why does JDA sound like Kermit the Frog?"
Kermit the Frog. Did I do a good job?
Like Kermit the Frog.
Is that okay?
The Savior of Comics says, "Friended, why are you hanging around these Spurgs? They are destroying my business." Oh, it's Liam. I didn't see the picture. The picture is Liam.
Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now.
But anyways, guys, we've been going for almost 2 hours. So
yeah, I need to get rolling too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at my books on Amazon real quick. And John, if you want to just pull up Dave's Vault, we'll take a look at it here real quick before we end. But yeah, guys, the Christmas Morning Massacre, book 1 in my slasher series. This first book's about a group of girls snowed into a mansion with a killer on the loose. And like I said earlier, guys, if you like slasher movies, these are the books for you. If you like Halloween, Black Christmas, Friday the 13th, definitely this has all those vibes. So check out these books, guys. All 5 of them are available. If you need something to read until these crowdfunders fulfill, if you need something to read till Secret Comics Presents comes out, it's coming out pretty soon here. And Dave's Vault is fulfilling right now. But if you guys, if you've backed some other projects and they're not coming out pretty soon, I mean, you could get these, read them instantly. Or get the paperbacks in a couple days, and you guys will have something to fill all that time. And let's see, John posted the link right there. Let me go to the YouTube tab, and so I could get to that.
I can put it in the private chat here, make it easier.
Well, I already opened it.
Oh, okay.
So yes, let me share my screen. It's here in the chat, guys. It's in the description. Let me share my screen here. So this is the ginormous Kickstarter audience that everybody talks about finding. It's $1,059 and 21 backers.
That's $1,000 and 21 backers I didn't have before putting this up. After my audience like already came in and already backed hard because this book was a huge success. I had double the backers I usually have had on the last several campaigns. And so 20 more random people found it just because I put it on another site. Took me 15 minutes to do, and I'm making another $1,000. That's great. I'm
these
stoked.
These were all people that already knew you. It didn't have to be on Kickstarter to find them.
I don't know who it is. So
you look so fat in that picture. Look at that drawing.
Dude, that's my old picture. I was fat. Lost 35 pounds. So
what's the secret?
Yeah.
What's the secret to losing weight? Tell me.
Working out 5 days a week and eating a nice diet based on about 1,800 calories a day. So do those 2 things and you'll lose weight. It's good.
Okay.
So there you go. We got a great story, as you can tell from these images
story.
here. That's very story oriented. Good fantasy stuff. It is the Conan the Barbarian or Prince Valiant, like sort of good heroic action that you used to love in comics back in the 70s and the 60s that they really don't make anymore. And so everybody who's got this far has told me it's great. Nasser's read it. He actually told me he really likes it. You haven't read all of it, but you've read.
Well, yeah, I read all of it first. I read the. You only gave me the first chapter. I'm still.
I only gave him the first chapter. My bad. Which one did you order?
I think I just ordered the. I think just the regular, just lowest tier for the book.
That should have shipped out. So you should get that in the next couple days.
I actually did get a shipping notification, but I didn't open up the tracking number.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be here soon. But yeah, I can't wait to see the rest of it because I think it's 3. Is it 3 or 4 chapters in this book? And
it's 3. So 66 pages. I try to do a the standard comics gate is like 48 pages, and I try to add the extra value by going another.
Yeah,
20,
Creepsters is 86
right?
pages.
Yeah. So that's the exactly. See, we try to provide value. That's what we do. And so yes, this is the book of the year. It's my work to date. You guys really enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think this one is your best book. Also, a Cosmic Warrior is really great. I just got issue 3 of that actually, but I didn't read it yet. I've just been pretty busy with some stuff, but I'm going to read it.
I just finished up reading Cyberfrog, Warts and All, and I just put up a review of it. So
I need to get Warts and All. I actually missed out on it.
It's a really nice book. Not to detract from my book, but
it looks beautiful. I need to get that too. Let me see. I'll read the last few chats and then we'll get out of here. Well, this one's for you.
Jesse White, that is my artist on Days Volt, and he is kick-ass. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to get all these out and then start working on the next book with him because he's my hero.
Jay $sign just says don't gain the weight.
Yeah, you were asking about losing weight. Don't gain it and then you won't get fat.
Okay. Oh, I got it. No, Scientific Lens says that workout consisted of 2 hours of a tambourine a day. Vilnet says, and a big thanks to Kickstarter for the blockchain marketing campaign for JDA's great looking book.
Thank you.
Guy from Red Bank says, I have the digital. I'm waiting for the hardcover books, John. I bought 2 of them, one for me, one for my younger brother.
You're awesome, guy from Red Bank. Thanks. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you all for watching. We still got 35 people in here, guys. Hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you want. Share out the link anyways, even though we're ending the stream here. Hey, Soy Rage, I'll be there in a minute. I'm about to wrap up. I'm here with John. Sorry, John, I had to mute for a second there.
You're all good.
Anyway, yeah, thank you, everybody, for showing up. And share out the link because maybe someone will want to catch it on replay. Peace.